Hello class, today we start flow through channels. Now channels is a man-made structure or natural structure in which fluid is flowing with a free surface at atmospheric pressure. In this channel, gravity flow is prime motivating force. Gravity force is dominating in that type of flow. Some There is example of open channel flow, flowing channel, partial flow in pipe, and the natural channels are rivers, streams, etc. There is a some type of open channel flow. First is prismatic channel and non-prismatic channel. So here in prismatic channel, cross-sectional shape, size, cross-sectional shape, size, bed slope is constant. This is prismatic channel, and the cross-sectional shape, size, and bed slope are not constant. So it is called not prismatic channel. All man-made channels are the prismatic channels because at some length their shape is constant, size is constant, and the bed slope is constant. So all man-made channels are prismatic channels, and all natural channels are non-prismatic channels. And now there is some in prismatic and non-prismatic. After that, there is a rigid boundary or non-rigid boundary or mobile boundary. So there is rigid boundary. There is the boundary is are not deformable. Boundary are not deformable. There is no scoring, setting in it. And for, and in mobile channel, in which boundaries are deformed with continuous process of erosion and deposition due to flow. There is a non-prismatic mobile boundary. Here, in the degree of freedom is 4, depth of flow, slope, channel layout, width is changes. So there is degree of freedom is 4. Now there is a steady flow. There is type of open channel flow or open channel flow is steady or unsteady. In the steady In the steady flow, there is a gradual varied flow, rapid varied flow, uniform flow, and spatial varied flow. And the unsteady flow, it characterized into gradual varied flow, rapid varied flow, and spatially varied flow. Unsteady flow and unsteady uniform flow is not valid. Actually, not in practical case. Now, the uniform flow is if flow properties such as depth of channel is said to be uniform. Depth of the channel is constant throughout the span or throughout some length, so it will call the uniform flow in that section. So here is depth of constant, and bed in this case bed slope is equals to the energy line slope. There is the one property, and bed slope is also equals to water surface flow. Gradual varied flow, if the depth of flow changes gradually over a long distance along the length of the channel, that means at sluice gate, suppose there is a sluice gate is on the sluice gate of upstream side, there is a gradual varied flow. The flow profile is increasing throughout the span. In the rapid varied flow, if the flow curvature is varied in shorter span or shorter lane, suddenly depth is changes from one is low and other length is high. It's suddenly abrupt. At this case is we seen on the downstream side of sluice gate. Downside of Downstream side of sluice gate, there is a rapid varied flow. Flow is rapid varied flow. Okay. Now, partially varied flow. If some flow is added or subtract from system, the resulting flow is partial varied flow. Then the flow is known as partial varied flow. Now, now in the channel there is laminar or turbulent. So we will see in the channel there is a Reynolds number which is equal to rho V d by mu. D is hydraulic radius or hydraulic depth. So here is hydraulic depth. Hydraulic depth is the ratio of area of cross section of flow to the height or depth of the flow. Height or the depth of the flow. So here is area. Suppose there is rectangular channel, that means height, there is ratio of area of depth of flow to the height or depth of the flow. This is hydraulic depth, and in case of Reynolds number is rho V D or LC by mu. Rho V D by mu, this is the Reynolds number, and in open channel case, the Reynolds number variation is if Reynolds number is less than 500, the flow is laminar, and if Reynolds number is greater than 2000, is the flow is turbulent flow. In between 500 to 2000, Reynolds number is between 500 to 2000, the flow is transition flow. Now for in this case, D is called as is characteristic length, which is equals to area divided by top width of the flow. That means D is area of flow divided by top width of flow. This is T, top width. Okay. Now the crowd. Now in this case, there is laminar or turbulent. There is flow is critical, subcritical, or supercritical. So we check the Froude's number. So Froude's number is velocity divided by root of GD, because in the flow, in the channel, the gravity force is dominant with the inertia force. So here is Froude's number, which is equals to inertia force divided by root of inertia force divided by gravity force. So we solve the inertia force and gravity force. It will give the Froude's number V by root of GD. D is hydraulic depth. D is hydraulic depth. That means in the rectangular section, which is by C or by at the condition for critical, the slope, the depth is critical. So we represent critical depth is yc, and the velocity is critical at if the Froude's number is 1, that means Vc. So if Froude's number is greater than 1, that means velocity of flow is greater than the critical velocity, and the depth of flow is less than the critical velocity, is called a supercritical flow or shooting or torrential flow. And the Froude's number equal to 1, it will be known as critical flow. Now, the Froude's number is less than 1, that means velocity of flow is less than the critical velocity, and the depth of flow is greater than the critical depth of flow, is known as subcritical flow. Now, here is the term of root of G by C, that means depth of flow or critical depth of flow, is known as celerity. Root of GD is known as celerity of the flow. So celerity is represents the speed at which disturbance wave travels in still water condition, that is celerity. In the celerity at the low flow velocity, that is Prandtl number is less than 1, a small disturbance produced in the stream will travel in upstream direction upstream direction with a velocity of c naught minus v, and in downstream direction with a velocity of c naught plus v. C naught is the celerity, which is equals to root of g d, or another terms we use gyc or gy, that means depth of the flow. That means c naught plus v, wave moves in direction of flow, and c naught minus v, wave moves in opposite direction of flow. That means in subcritical flow, if the disturbance wave is produced, so there is upward moment of wave, so the velocity is c naught minus v, the wave velocity, and the disturbance wave is travel to the direction of flow, so it will c naught plus v. Okay, and in the critical flow there is no disturbing wave generated at yc equals to y. So in that case there is critical flow, that is Prandtl number equals to 1, so there is no disturbing wave generated. And the supercritical flow, the disturbing wave generated at downstream only. There is no upstream wave, there is no wave generated at upstream side in supercritical flow. Now the velocity distribution. So here the velocity in the open channel flow at the boundary, that means at the bottom of the channel, there is velocity is 0, and it will increasing as depth is increasing. So here we will see the maximum velocity is not at the top of at the surface of the flow occurs. The maximum velocity is occur at a certain distance below the free surface. This reduction is due to the production of secondary current, which is function of aspect ratio. The present aspect ratio means ratio of depth to width. Depth to width. Depth of flow divided by width of channel. Now the presence of corners in the channel presence of corners and boundaries in open channel causes the velocity vector of flow to have components not only in longitudinal and lateral direction but also normal to the direction of flow. So this normal direction in the flow produces secondary current. So because of this, there is some reduction in the maximum with respect to depth. So here maximum velocity at below the surface. Now for observation, we consider the average is 0.6 v at 0.60. On more reliable case, there is no reliable case that the average velocity at the depth of 0.6, velocity at the 0.60. So in the more reliable case is average velocity is the sum of v velocity at 0.2d plus velocity at 0.8d divided by 2. This is more reliable condition. Now for the average condition, we say v equals to Ks. K is a constant measured by the field calibrated. So here is varies from 0.8 to 0.95. This is the variation of K. There is Vs is the surface velocity and V is the average velocity. Average velocity. Now the specific force. The specific force is the sum of pressure force and the momentum flux per unit weight. That means F is equals to P plus N by gamma, which is equals to constant at flow for now here for the given discharge. For given discharge, the specific force is minimum when the flow is critical. Now that means we can say at the critical velocity for given discharge, the specific force is minimum. There is a constant discharge. There is a constant discharge. Now here is the depth, it is less than yc and this is greater than yc. So y is greater than yc, so it will be called a subcritical flow, and y is less than yc is known as supercritical flow. There is now the variation of the force is some force is extended, so there is two alternate depth is called a second depth. Okay. Now here the continuity equation for unsteady flow is del q by del x minus t del y by del t. And for the continuation for steady flow is a a1 v1 equals to a2 v2. Okay. Now we see in next lecture the uniform flow.